Okay, so it's another week, and I'm going to make a market recap on the last week trade that I was interested in taking. Okay, so I was having at least 8 pair that I was focusing on the last week. So this is the market review on how they played out and trade that took me out and trade that took me out, trade that I didn't take, and each and everything like that. So let's start with Euro USD. Euro USD. This trade was weak out. If we look at daily time frame, was clear trade. We have that. We have shift of market to the upside, retest, and then continuation to the upside. But 4H time frame, as you can see, 4H time frame. This is when we break this structure. So we have that break, retest here. We have multiple rejection. We have break above. So this trade actually I didn't take it. As you can see, like here, this was 1H time frame, and this is when we break the structure over here. This is when we break 1 hour structure. So we break 1 hour structure over here, retesting. Then I was looking to take this trade at 15 minutes time frame. We have break, we test this structure point, but actually the entry point was around here, but I didn't take this trade. I was not available in the market the time when this opportunity was presenting itself. So I was looking for the second entry, but I didn't actually take this trade. But if I had been involved in this trade, it was the outcome was loss actually. So if I could take this trade, it would be a loss. It was a loss actually. So this was the first trade, but it was very clean trade, and I didn't manage to capture another trade like this one. So yeah, so as you can see, it was very clean trade. So that was the first pair. Weekly time frame also, this trade was currently bearish. We are strong bearish, but I was anticipating this price to come and reject this area before heading to the downside, with similar structure over here. Whenever we break this, structure point over here, retest, and then continue heading to the downside. So that was my anticipation that next week we can have. That was proven with the daily daily shift of market structure to the upside. So with that, okay, now we can have that retest of the weekly structure point before continuing to the downside. So another pair was USD-CHF. So USD-CHF, weekly we are actually bullish. As you can see, weekly we are bullish. Weekly we are bullish. Market structure bullish, but I didn't concentrate on the weekly time frame. I didn't concentrate with weekly time frame. So what I concentrate in the daily market structure. Like you can see, where technically or price action, the price was up. So I was at the beginning of the week, I was waiting the price to At the beginning of the week, I just waited the price to retest around this area and then continue moving to the downside. But the retesting, but the price actually closed open with a strong momentum. We break above. When it break above, I was anticipating the price to have a retesting to this area and then continue moving to the downside. For hedging, I was waiting the price to reject around this area, which didn't provide a clear rejection. We have a rejection above this area, but in 1 hour time frame, there was no shift of market structure once the price reached around this area. So I didn't take the trade. I just waited the price to break and retest under so that I can break and retest under EMA so that we can continue to sell to the downside. The price continue moving to the upside until it reaches this level, and then we have that strong bearish move to the downside, but this strong move to the downside which led to the shift of market structure. This was a strong move to the downside after price have some sort of I can say liquidation to the upside, and then after providing those something like liquidation to the downside, and then continue moving to the downside. So for each time frame, as you can see, we have strong break under this structure. 1 hour I was waiting for price to break and retest, but price didn't provide me with a clear market structure in 1 hour time frame to start looking for entries. Like it didn't provide with clear entry, so I actually didn't take this. I didn't take the trade. So NZD CHF, didn't analyze this. Let's see, GBPUSD, NZD, this is the trade that I took. So as you can see, let's break it down. Starting with the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, first of all, we are bearish. We are strong bearish, and everything in the weekly time frame was supporting to continue moving to the downside, like bearish rejection, like similar price reaction. As you can see here, the same thing happened here. But why I didn't continuing with the selling opportunity? Because the price was rejecting around this strong weekly area of interest. Like you can see, we have strong doji rejection from the weekly area of interest. So daily time frame, we have at the daily time frame, I was focusing on selling until we have this shift of market structure. As you can see over here, we break. So I managed to capture this retracement and then continue to move down to the upside. So for each time frame, this is when we break, retesting, rejection, 1 hour shift of market structure. Like this is when we actually break above, retesting. That was the 4H rejection. So when we break, retest here, we have break of structure, 1 hour shift of market structure, retest, 15 minutes align, 30 minutes align, and 15 minutes we manage to get this engulfing candlestick over here. So this is how I come up with this trade, and this trade was one to two. This trade was actually 1 to 2 after we hit the target. So this was my first trade, winning first trade. So GBP NZD card, as you can see, we shift the market structure. Actually, this trade wasn't clear for me to get an entry opportunity. As you can see, after daily break of structure, because after daily break of structure, didn't manage price didn't manage to come to this area of interest, so no trade at this point. GBP and ZD, at the beginning of the week I was looking for buying opportunity when the price retested to this level over here, price retesting, but no rejection candle, which lead, so the momentum lead to daily time frame break of structure, never retest to this area, so no entry. USD card, we're just waiting the price either to retest this area or break and retest, but we didn't provide a clear after break, no clear retest over here and over here, so no trade in USD card. And then another one was GBP card, which we got another entry. And so let's start with explanation. As you can see over here, whenever price reaches to this area, we have a reaction. We have reaction to the downside, we have reaction to the downside, we have reaction to the downside. So the same thing, price come here, have a reaction to the downside. For each time frame, this is when I come with this idea. So whenever price reach this area, engulfing candlestick went to the downside, engulfing candlestick went to the downside. The same thing, engulfing candlestick, I managed to get this entry, like shift of market structure, retest. 1 hour provide with shift of market structure, retest, 30 minutes align, 15 minute entry signal engulfing candlestick, around here, break, retest, engulfing candlestick under EMA, neckline of double top. So everything was clearly. Then I managed to capture this trade, which was 1 to 2.96, almost 1 to 3. Yeah, so I have a 2 winning trade, which was GBP card and NZD USD and NZD USD. So GBP card and NZD USD, these are the winning trade, and then I avoid loss on Euro USD. Actually, according to my plan, the first entry aligned, but it happened to be just a weak outcome to liquidate something like here. Yeah, I didn't trade. And then GBP USD, actually this trade, I was skeptical in this trade, like take, don't take, take, don't take, because the actual trade was, I was waiting the price to just 1 hour to shift structure over here, but there is something that happening over here. If we step down to 1 hour time frame, you can see that we have shift structure over here, we have break and retest of this structure by 1 hour, which I was waiting the price to retest, but price didn't reach our second area of interest over here to be for me to actually enter this trade. So this shift of market structure, I didn't take it into consideration, because the price can manage to go further over here to retest this area before having that turn to the downside. So that's why I didn't take this trade. And then because I missed this first entry, I was not interested in the second entry, so I didn't take this trade, though it was one of my plan to take this trade. So this was just a quick recap of the weekly price that I was interested